I was just gonna say, if you want to watch the rest of Dark Beginnings with me,
We can.
I'll pull that up then. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I was being a little bit dramatic about the moon earlier. Almost fell. But I don't know. Like that shit. I just feel like I said, like they're just consistently inconsistent. It's like, how are we feeling this week? Let's reference every fucking thing that we possibly can. You know what I mean? Like let's
Dude, I keep hearing the Generations rewrite is egregious with the references.
wait. They actually did rewrite the script.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of dialogue. Uh, I know they changed. They apparently they didn't like bother changing like the cutscene animations themselves, or like they just
But the words are
forcefully try to
different.
make the yeah they just forcefully try to make the new lines fit in with the old animations. Like, brother, you went to the effort of making new cutscenes in the Hedgehog
What the
engine
fuck
for
is
Shadow Generations, and you even added Chow to them, but you're telling me you couldn't bother like
just remaking the
re
cutscenes? Like, what's wrong with you guys?
yeah, all you need to do is just like change how the lip syncing is and a little bit of the animations to fit with
Aren't aren't the
like their hand.
cutscenes like in engine now instead of being pre-rendered too? Like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
like this is what I'm talking about. Like they're just so weird sometimes. I swear they ran out of budget. Okay, you want us to be honest? We ran out of fucking budget. You guys wanted, we didn't want to just give
We
you a
put
remaster,
Shadow. We put it all into Shadow.
right? Like that's
Usually we were gonna charge you $40 for the remaster, but we're being nice. We're giving you a whole new game.
you asked us to put in some effort. That's what we did. You
Well,
better
eat
watch these
bread.
cutscenes.
And then they throw it at your face.
Right. You better watch these cutscenes, and you better appreciate a rewritten script. We got Ian Flynn to write for you, motherfuckers. You guys love him.
No, it's filled with so many Flynnisms. Like, all he does is oh, dude, I can't believe the term Flynnisms is real. I can't believe I saw that on Twitter like a few days ago.
I can't
Like,
believe for the
is this what
freaking
we're calling it now?
yeah. I'm okay with that. Honestly, like I understand where you're coming from. For sure, I understand. But I'm actually okay with it because he does have Flynnisms. He definitely does. I would say the three cornerstones of a Flynnism is gonna be references, and then it's gonna be melodrama in the middle, and I honestly can't think of the third one, but there probably is a third cornerstone. But the two cornerstones I can't think of are references and melodrama. Ian Flynn eats that shit up.
Number three, mandates.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This
Corporate
that's partially
mandates.
Sega's fault. That's partially Sega's fault, I guess. But he's also still writing for it technically. So
All right, I'll press play on this now. I'm gonna make my son some lunch real quick while it's playing, but I can hear you and everything.
all right.
Let me move that. Yeah, I liked the first episode. The second episode, I liked the fight and everything, but I kind of didn't like it, if I'm being honest.
It
I
was
like,
too short.
yeah, it was just the length of it. It's not like what happened in the episode that I didn't like. It's just the length.
Yeah.
Shadow! Hurry! Hurry! You have to see this!
Dude, one day you should take your sons out to the green hill behind your house. Yeah, like a green hill. You get it?
Laura, you can
I
open
get it.
this.
I get it. That's the place from Sonic 1.
Here, we can...
Yes, bro. Oh my god.
Maria,
I'm going so fast. It's almost like there's some timestamp out there.
I just pushed it a little. That's all.
the low gravity here only keeps your condition in remission. You should know better.
They're so funny for that. They're so hilarious for that. That's why Maria's in space.
But when it comes to the beauty of the earth,
Literally knock off AIDS.
Right.
when we
And
can
it's
It's
like,
called NID. I think.
yeah. Oh, also, what about Abraham Tower being in this shit? That shit is that's hilarious to me.
Gerald.
Oh yeah.
Because he was
I
always
didn't know his Archie name.
you didn't. That's straight from the Archie comics. Like it's just hilarious to me. He's always just been
That
the
was my point coming out. Yeah, he's always just been gun
gun
commander.
commander, and they actually fucking called him Abraham. So if his name's Abraham, then I'm assuming his last name's Tower or Towers, and that's his name in Archie. So it's just so funny that they brought that over.
Yeah.
And of course, Ian Flynn, yeah, of course he wrote it, so, you know, obvi, but whatever. It's still funny. I also feel like this Emerald part, I'm not trying to keep talking and shit, but I also feel like the Emerald, like, I thought this was gonna be, like, the whole point of the Dark Beginnings,
robot was heading towards
but it's like, it's just a,
Shadow. You have to save him.
I thought this was like gonna emphasize his past more.
yeah.
But I think I talked to you about this, but I was like confused on
I promise.
how this animation was gonna do this whole thing, because it kind of seemed like they were retconning something from Final Battle. But considering this is all a hallucination, now I don't know what to think. Like, maybe this is just like some mixed up scenario. Like, it's not what actually happened.
Yeah. That's what I'm getting from it, too. Especially because we, like, yeah, like, we already know that Emerald was supposed to be around before Shadow was created, I'm pretty sure. Like, he was already supposed to have been shut down.
I don't know his lore. I just know they have something to do with the echidnas.
This isn't right.
Well, that part... Wait, no, yeah, I think in Battle... I don't remember. I'm not going to pretend like I do. I just know that in Chronicles, apparently that's where they...
But it's too soon.
Um...
Too quickly.
Like, apparently that's where they established that the... Like... The Gizoids are from the Echidnas, but maybe it was in Sonic Battle and I just missed it. Because I've only read, like, the cutscenes before. Like, I never played it myself.
Professor, we must...
Me neither, and I don't know if I will, because, dude, I played it for like, what, 30 minutes? And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I like this. I feel like none of my hits would connect, even though I'm, like, standing right next to, like, an opponent. It's
Yeah.
Like, come on, just hit him, please.
I
Please,
already
just hit him.
have, like, depth perception problems. So, yeah, like, that game is just a no-go for me. I love the sprite work, and I love, like, the charm it has. But, yeah, I can't really play that game myself.
You know?
Look at
And dude, they were, like, at battle with Emerald, and it took me, like, 10 minutes to play this game. I like how they handled it, too. Like, they're not... And I like how it shows, like, the little
That was no mutant.
pierced her hole, like, through her
It all
heart.
began in view of the
Yeah. How come the animation has the balls to shoot Maria, but not the game? They had that gun soldier with his hand up. What's up with that? And then here's the fucking moon. I swear to God, I literally threw a fucking hissy fit. I was over at my mom's house visiting. Excuse me. And I was sitting outside, and I was watching the animation, because at that time only the first episode was out, and it literally got to right here, and like I literally paused my phone and I threw a hissy fit, just by myself. I wasn't with anybody. I was just sitting on the porch by myself, and I threw a whole hissy fit over this fucking moon. I was like, what is wrong with them? What are they doing? Like, why do they do this to me? Like, why? I'm like, you guys...
Where'd the ring come from? It looks cool.
Yeah, it does look nice. It looks cool. I do like all that, but come on. You're telling me that this is the way the moon fucking looks? No, it doesn't. Like I said, we were just playing Sonic Frontiers a year ago. A fucking year ago. And in that game, there's a day and night cycle, and you guys clearly put the moon up there, not broken. You know what I mean? Like, what is wrong with you guys? Why do you do this shit to me? Why do you make me pull my hair out? Why do you make me go crazy? Make up your goddamn minds. Is the moon broken or not? Why don't you guys just do what Sonic X did and have Eggman restore the goddamn moon? Why don't you guys retcon Sonic Adventure 2
Honestly,
and have it be to where when Sonic and Shadow used Chaos Control to restore the arc where it was supposed to be, like have them restore the moon as well. Like, you guys, like, I swear to God, you guys piss me the fuck off with that shit. Sonic Team, Sega, Ian Flynn, Takashi Iizuka, whoever the fuck is over here making these fucking decisions. You guys are killing me. You're killing me. I swear. I just don't. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like I was. I feel like I was overreacting then. I feel like I'm overreacting a little bit now still. But it's just like that kind of stuff just frustrates me because it makes me feel like it makes me feel like it's just another reference for reference sake. You know what I mean? It's like, look at the moon, guys. The moon is still broken. We know you guys. We know you guys thought it wasn't, and we know that we don't consistently show it being broken. As a matter of fact, we haven't shown it be broken at all since it got broken, but it is still broken, guys. Just so you know. And then like that shit just pisses me off because it makes me feel like the two worlds theory is more valid. Like that's like it literally makes me feel like that. Cause yeah, like I know it's random, but it's just like in my dumb Sonic brain, I'm just like, okay, like the two worlds theory is making more sense at this point because it's like maybe
I
on
hate that theory.
what'd you say?
I hate that theory.
I hate it too. I don't like it. But the way I'm looking at it is just like, okay, on the human fucking world, that's where the moon's broken. And on Sonic's world, the moon is intact. You know what I mean?
Wait, wait, dude. I I saw this like on Twitter. Like I didn't go back and look at it, but I do remember that in a Tales Tube episode, they clarified that classic Sonic is indeed from the past. Um, but then they worded it. I think Tails might have said something, at least from what this person was saying. Again, I didn't go back to like rewatch it.
Uh-huh.
But apparently, Tails, they try to like justify him saying like he's from another dimension by saying time is just a form of like a dimension. I was like, I just started giggling when I read that, bro. Like,
They gotta justify
it,
everything, I
it, it makes
swear.
it makes sense. It makes sense what he's saying, but the fact that they had to like acknowledge it in that way, like
Yeah.
you don't need to justify it. Just retcon it. Like just pretend that line was
Yeah.
just a dumb mistake. You don't
Yeah.
need to acknowledge it in that sort of way. I respect the effort, but I just find it kind of funny.
Yeah, definitely. And then it's like that's why like I don't even I was watching the Tails tubes and keeping up with them. I still for the life of me can't remember what that thing was that I said that Tails tube said that I
Oh my
I
God,
can't even fucking remember anymore. But it was like after that where I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna stop taking these things seriously. Like I know like one of the Tails tubes like literally like directly leads into Sonic Frontiers. Like, hey, let's go look for the Chaos Emeralds on the Starfall Islands. Like, but it's like I still just don't count those as like canon. Like I just ignore them. I haven't watched the Tails tube in like a good like year. Cause I think they released one recently, didn't they?
yeah, I think it was with Shadow. Wait, no, it was with. I think it was with like Amy's tarot cards or something.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since yeah that one where they all walk off to go start Frontiers. Like that was the last one I watched. But yeah, like this
But they only really just exist to like clarify lore.
yeah, which I do
Honestly,
appreciate
while
some
you were
things.
yeah, while you were ranting about the moon and stuff, it made me think since in Frontiers they started caring more about the lore.
Oh yeah, I mean that
Wouldn't
thing's
like
got to
Ian
be
Flynn or at least
that thing,
someone out there like like I don't know, just someone on the lower team or whatever, they would have like said, "Oh, we remember now that the moon is broken. Let's make it look like it is in Frontiers.
Yeah,
And they started caring about lore, but then no, it's only finally broken again in
in
Shadow
Shadow.
Generation.
Yeah, they were
You know
even
what?
they were even
Who cares?
too cowardly to
I mean,
show us a shot of the moon during the space colony arc level.
oh yeah.
Like, there's no shot of the moon there. Like what you like? Ugh. Now I'm placing the blame on Ian. I swear to God. I feel like yeah, Sonic Team probably didn't want to acknowledge it, and Ian's like, oh yeah, whoever this isn't Tyson Hess's animation, I don't think, right?
No, it's some people who worked on a Ninja Turtles show.
Oh okay. Regardless, I bet he's like, yeah, like, toss in, or he wrote it in the script or something. Shadow wakes up and he zaps a tree and he looks up at the broken moon. You know what I mean? It's like, Ian, you fucker, you did this. It's another Flynnism. But yeah. I was gonna make a joke about the laser being on par with Dark Gaia or the Arc for sure.
Dude. Thank you, Tails.
Yeah, thanks.
Also, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of bothers me how like at least in this shot how and even in like another shot like later on in yeah later on how small the space colony arc is because you're telling me this little thing right here made a hole that big with its laser.
Yeah, that's actually a good. That's a good
And when
observation
it,
right there.
and when it like in the CGI cutscene when Eggman's like pissing on the moon and blah blah blah, the laser looked
Sit
like it
down.
was like reasonably like huge. Like you could
Yeah,
see it like it looked like a big laser.
yeah.
And
I'm not saying that
and
the
I'm sure,
arc needs to be as big as this moon here, but it should be a little bit bigger, you know?
yeah, I feel like it should be. I guess maybe 2 or 3 times its current size.
Yeah.
Definitely not over like maybe like a quarter of the moon size. But then I guess it's more realistic for like
The real life scaling. That's that.
yeah
It's
like
it's so funny that we're
oh,
talking about this because of that fucking spaceship that's rising out of the water in the Sonic 3 trailer. It's like some people are like, oh, some people think it's the Ark, other people are saying like that's just Eggman's base. And it's just like funny because like I'm one of the people that's like, oh, that's just a Eggman like spaceship base thing, like. But now that we're talking about this, it's like, like, no, I'm tripping. Like, no, I was just trying. Like, I still don't think it's the Ark, but I'm just saying, like, with a discussion like this, it kind of like gives that argument like a little bit of merit. Like, oh, the Ark's not as big as you even think. But obviously, we know the Ark is a space station. It's got fucking towers and shit hanging off of it. Like and elevators and all these crazy ass pathways and shit. So it's like no, it's definitely got
yeah
to be bigger than that little thing that we see in the Sonic 3 trailer. But I'm not trying to get off topic.
yeah and even like with like the space colony, you go off of it sometimes. I think realistically speaking in SA2, uh only Knuckles and Rouge were like the ones who got to explore like the outer sides of like the actual arc itself, like the little buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, you go inside of the arc obviously, but in Final Rush and Final Chase, they're like disconnected from the arc. So there's like just all those floating platforms and stuff. Um, just there at the arc, like just completely separate from the actual like space colony itself.
Right.
And then it just bothers me because then there's like sometimes it look like there's upside down buildings in the levels. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
No, there
But
definitely is.
yeah, like uh, I'd have to look at Shadow Generation, like Space Colony again.
I'll boot it up right now.
Actually, I'm doing that exact thing.
It's so fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm so happy. Like even when Frontiers came out, like I didn't feel this fucking good. You know? I was like, okay, like yeah, this should be. I was like, when we played Frontiers early, I was like, okay, yeah, like this should be like a fun like game. Like it should be a good time. But like yeah, like right now with Shadow Generations, after playing it, like I feel like I feel exhilarated. Like I'm not trying to like be overly dramatic and stuff, but I just feel really good about it. Like I feel like that this obviously is the best Sonic game that we've gotten in a while, and it's attached to the best Sonic game ever fucking made. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just feel really good. I feel really positive. It's great that we could have. Sorry, I'm giving my sons their lunch. It's just great that we could have like this experience right now. You know?
Yeah, like
It's great that they
I was
didn't drop the ball.
Yeah, like oh, okay. I guess like the minute I got like 10 seconds into the level after having like the game open for like what, the past 2 hours, and then it just crashes. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Great. But
Great.
great. Perfect. I love fucking Silver. I swear to God. Oh yeah. But yeah, I just feel like they really did their shit. They really fucking cooked.
And they can definitely do like way better. Like this still seems like a great game, but I know they can like go beyond it.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I think they need to lean a little more into like the I guess adventure esque aspects,
Yeah,
and I guess stray away from the boost. Like uh
I think we should get like a adventure boost hybrid. Like I feel like they need to figure out like how to bring the boost formula and the adventure formula, like and like yeah, like let it have a baby, which I kind of feel like is what they're doing right here with Shadow Generations a little bit. Um, Not with like the 2D levels, but that first act. It was
mm,
giving me slight adventure vibes, like just like the way that you're running around the level, you know? There was a couple open areas um in that first act. And I don't know, it was giving me like adventure vibes. I'm like, yeah, like this is kind of like Adventure 2 almost. This is kind of like Shadow the Hedgehog almost. What's that one level where you're racing Sonic? That's the Cosmic Fall, I think. Like that's the one I'm thinking of specifically, like where it's just like, yeah, like you got like open space, you're platforming, you know what I mean? Like,
I think Cosmic Fall is the one where like all the platforms are falling and I find
oh,
the computer room.
find the computer room. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's Space Gadget. Hold on.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. Cause that it's
Yeah.
the yeah Crazy Gadget, Space Gadget. That's how I always remembered it.
Shadow, don't you remember?
We
once
raced here before.
here. This is just like old times. A race for the emerald. I love that line. Ironically.
I like a lot of the lines in Shadow, and I like them unironically. Like,
Yeah, it's got some good ones in there.
yeah.
Albeit some of them can be a little funny.
Hey, don't go
Yeah.
there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, don't kill yourself yet, buddy.
I actually it was when I was attempting to play it all for my stream, but I didn't finish it. Like I like the game kind of grew onto me. Shadow. I used to not really, I used to not be the biggest like Shadow fan, like the game. And for some reason, when I played it for stream, it like kind of grew onto me. Like I kind of like the idea of all these fucking weird ass like story routes that aren't canon, but like it's just like, what would Shadow do if he found out halfway through the story that he's a fucking robot? Oh, he kind of go like insane in his head, and he'd try to take over the world. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what would happen if Shadow was like, what would happen if Shadow woke up after Sonic Heroes and he was just like a dick the whole time? Like, you know what I mean? Oh, he would join the Black Arms and he'd fucking go psycho and try to take over the world. Oh, what would happen if Shadow found out that he's a copy that Eggman created, but he's kind of still like of a good guy? Oh, well, he'd get really depressed and he'd banish himself to the Ark for the rest of his life. Like, I don't know. I kind of like just like the different scenarios that Shadow ends up in. I like how with the different storylines you can like pinpoint where like the past. I'm hyping it up and I'm making it sound way better than its actual execution. But I like how you can kind of like pinpoint like where the paths diverge, and like where Shadow like kind of either like loses himself or finds himself. You know what I mean? Also, the way he the way he ends like every story. This is who I am. You know what I mean? Like, it's just funny. That game grew on me.
Leave now and never return.
There's also one ending where he's what does he say? He's like, I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, like the strongest the strongest hedgehog ever. Like, with these Chaos Emeralds, I'll prove like I am now I'm the ultimate hedgehog. This is who I am. Like, it's just ridiculous and hilarious to me.
Dude, and then that one ending kind of where, or I guess a little bit before the ending, where I think it's like the hero route, like like the pure hero route, but you just like go evil at the end. Um,
I want to
Shadow
fight you just
basically,
cuz.
yeah, I think he says it more like I just find you annoying,
Yeah,
and
you're
it's
just
on,
yeah,
oh,
you're just
understandable.
annoying. Right. It's like, okay, I actually feel you, Shadow. He came
Yeah,
all
yeah,
this way, and Sonic said something like just a little bit too annoying right at the end, and Shadow was like, "Fuck this."
yeah. He said something like, "I'm not siding with them. I'm just siding with whoever
Yeah, it's
goes
against
against
you.
you."
Yeah, he's
And
tripping.
then Sonic just laughs it off, and like,
Yeah,
okay,
he does.
let's
Like, all
go to
right,
another.
dude. Like, for real, I love that game. I swear to God, I do.
It might low key be peak in its own way.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'll press play now on this fucking thing. I'm glad I was able
Uh,
to. I'm glad that I'm in a safe space with somebody who shares the same passion of as Sonic of me, or you know what I'm trying to say, shares the same
yeah.
passion of Sonic as me, and I'm glad I was able to get that rant out. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I literally threw a hissy fit by myself on my mom's balcony, and I'm not like big on social media, so like I don't go to Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, and like I don't like just pour my random Sonic thoughts out there. Like, I don't do that. Like, I keep all my Sonic thoughts to myself until I'm able to talk to you or sometimes my brother. You know what I mean? It's so hilarious to me. I'm on press play now.
Could he have survived? I need answers.
And then it ended. I liked the ending. I liked that. It's just that moon theme fucking threw me off. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
Nice transition, bro.
Definitely.
Tell that freak to stay away from me.
Bro, his eyes are so humongous.
Abe! That shit just has me geeked. I swear to God. Like, what?
Dude, I watched the reaction and someone thought she said babe. Like, bro, how?
Like, how do you get that?
It's just the professor created
And there were some people that were apparently being like
the black arms, he called them.
the
The same
they
DNA.
found it a little weird how Maria like started holding his face and whatever. It's like, dude, she's just trying to comfort him. Come on.
Yeah, I didn't find it weird. I can see like where people are like going with that, but I just feel like yeah, like you're just like the people that are like that. I'm like you're just one of those weirdo Sonic fans. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you probably watch Sonic porn if that's what you got from that. You know what I mean?
Oh, brother.
Because
Gooner man.
I don't even when I was a kid, I used to like I don't know how to say this. I used to think like maybe Shadow had a crush on Maria. Like I used to get those kind of vibes. Like oh, like obviously Shadow loved Maria, but now as an adult, like I'm just like I look at their relationship like as a, you know, like a sibling love, you know?
Yeah, like best of friends or siblings.
Yeah, so like her grabbing his
But
face like that, yeah, like
apparently, I think like Japanese Sonic team, um, especially recently, apparently they clarified that it's meant to be like open to any type of interpretation. Like, uh,
if you think
someone
Shadow wants
asked
to
someone asked the creator, someone asked like Shadow's creator, like or the person who wrote him,
uh-huh.
um,
They're like, does he like Maria or are they just friends? And it's like, hey,
yeah,
it could
they
just be
asked
whatever
something
you
like
want.
that. Yeah, he said like the relationship doesn't necessarily fit either of those, so they're they're just. I think this whole thing started because on the Sonic social media account, you could like click on the alt text of a picture on Twitter, and then um they put like the word siblingly or something.
Uh-huh.
Like they put a sibling word in there, and then people were saying like, "Oh my god, this like straight up confirms they see each other as siblings." But
You gotta
then,
love the internet.
yeah, then I was seeing like posts on Twitter how the people in Japan, like the Sonic team in Japan, they just want to leave it like open for any kind of interpretation, like whether it's romantic, sibling,
Uh-huh.
best friends,
I'm cool with that.
they don't really care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and I personally, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I used to like ship them a little
Yeah, me
when I
too.
was
Not gonna
younger.
lie. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know how to say
yeah,
this, but I think Shadow liked her. But yeah, like I kind of shipped them.
yeah. But then, like, as time went on, it's like, I
Yeah,
think it's more sibling than anything. But I guess I can understand how some people can see it as like romantic. I very slightly do, but it's like
dude, you already know.
not really.
It's the way he screamed her name in the original SA2. I swear, Maria.
Oh my God, it was there was just so much emotion in that
Definitely,
line.
you can't scream somebody's name like that and not feel something for them. I'm just joking. But oh, real quick, I was just gonna say, is this another Flynnism right here? Because I'm just like, I don't think Shadow knew he was created with alien DNA. Like, I know in Shadow the Hedgehog he didn't have all of his memories, but it's just like I don't
Even
know.
even in SA2, he had like a slight amnesia,
Oh,
I
you're
guess.
right. You're right. I'm tripping.
And then some people have like interpreted it as like Shadow didn't really care because his main mission was to like avenge Maria,
Uh huh.
so there was like no point to bring it up.
Yeah.
So that's why people are saying like this moment is fine, and like I understand it, like, and I share pretty much the same view as those people. Like I don't really care if he already knew if he was alien.
Uh huh.
Um, because again, his main mission in SA2 was just avenging
Revenge.
Maria.
Yep.
Like, yeah, that's all it was. Like revenge. He didn't really care. Like
Yeah, it's not
much
relevant,
about
like you
anything
said.
else.
Yeah. So I can.
Yeah, and then
I was just
by heroes, he just completely like
yeah,
he just
forgot.
doesn't know. He
Yeah,
forgot.
he
Yeah,
fucking fell from the fucking space colony. Hit his head pretty hard.
hit his head, and then like, oh, Eggman robot, take him back.
Right. Hold on. Give me a second, my son. Give me 1 second.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that deep. So yeah, when you put it that way, like yeah, it gives me clarification. Can you chill?
Mm.
Um. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You pretty much summed it up best. So I'll press play. That part was funny to me. This ugly, heartless creature.
But I'm really no different than this thing.
Emo Shadow's coming back.
It's not true. You have a big heart. It may be difficult, but I know that deep down you really do care about me.
Bro, people were interpreting this as Shadow having autism or something.
What?
Do is ridiculous.
Like, okay, have your head cannons.
I don't know how this makes him autistic. I could see like Shadow having like depression and like self doubt.
I think it was because of the whole struggling to express himself thing.
I feel like he got it out really well. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, but I feel like he literally like said exactly how he felt there. He said he's not very different from this ugly, heartless creature.
Creature. That may look like a hedgehog, but I'm really no different than this thing.
It's giving me existential crisis rather than neurodivergency, but that's just me.
It's only really because of Maria's line that people like felt they could relate a little.
I'm not trying to take away from people that identify with him, so I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know you're having a hard time finding answers, but
I'm like, let me ask my son. Hey, Doopy, come here. I'm just saying.
then you'll find even more people you can trust.
I like this cut where she's like saying those words and then
Yeah, and then Team Dark shows up.
yeah. But I think it's made even it made it even better for me because like from the teaser we knew they would show up here. I think.
Yeah, this
Also,
whole
Omega-
fight scene, bro. Hype.
It's really good. It's just too short.
Another thing, I'm sorry for pausing again. What's it called? I don't know what the fuck. I don't know if I got hit in the head or something or what. I don't know if the guys over there are excuse me. I don't know if the voice cast over there is taking this shit more seriously. I'm like not like usually when I hear Rouge speak in the modern Sonic era, I'm always cringing. I'm like, ugh. I think even in Sonic Dream Team. Yeah.
Yeah, she sounded horrific there.
Yeah, like as recent as Sonic Dream Team, like I literally was like, ugh, I hate Rouge's voice. She sounds 100% fine right here. Like I've never been so like satisfied with Rouge's voice since Lonnie Manella was playing her back in SA2 and Heroes and stuff, you know? So I'm just like, I don't know what it is with me. The new like the current voice.
I have X bias for her voice actor.
X bias, so like she's in something else that you know or something like that.
No, I mean like Sonic X.
Oh,
Like her I don't know her voice actor's name back then.
yeah, I don't
But
remember her name either.
that's the Shadow Rouge. That's I mean that's the Rouge voice that I grew up with. So naturally, I have more bias towards that. Kind
Yeah,
of like how I feel the same about Sonic and Shadow's voice.
yeah, I
As for
do.
Tails, I think Colleen. I think it's like the best probably.
It definitely is. I'm not gonna like sit here and try to lie and say that. No, but yeah, like it definitely is the best Tails voice. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I was replaying. I replayed Sonic Forces like a week or two ago, and I was just listening to all of Tails' lines. And I know the voice performance in Frontiers is like way like different from the voice performance in Forces, but I was playing Forces and I was just like I don't know. I could probably do with like another new Tails voice. Like I feel crazy saying it out loud and talking about
Yeah.
it, but I don't know. I've already told you before. Like I kind of missed the days where Tails was actually voiced by like a young
Like,
boy.
like,
But I'm not saying that those voice performances are better than Colleen. I like Colleen as Tails. I like her performance. I think maybe it has to do with just like the way they be writing Tails. Like maybe that has to do with it because
mm,
you know, like obviously whatever's written, like she's reading it and then she's performing it. So it's like her delivery is going to be based off of what they wrote and then how she's like interpreting what they wrote. And then obviously the voice director as well. But blah blah blah. The point I'm just trying to say is I feel like I could probably still go for like one more new Tails voice. Maybe if they try one more time. Like the guy who plays Nine. That voice isn't very different from Colleen, but it's also different enough to where like I appreciate that performance. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Prime's voice actor for Tails, yeah, she did a good job with it.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I'm kind of just being like redundant. Like I kind of feel like I didn't need to say any of this shit just now. So I'm taking back what I said. Like Colleen is fine, but I still feel like that we could probably still reach new heights for Tails voices. You know what I mean? But anyways, the Studiopolis cast has been bringing it lately. Like I appreciate them. I like what they've been doing. Like I can't believe I just literally sat here and like said like wow, like I like Rouge's voice in this. Like she actually sounds like she's Rouge. She actually sounds like she's like a 17, 18-year-old, however the fuck old she's supposed to be. I still can't get over that time I got roasted in a Instagram comment section because I called Rouge 18 and everybody like was roasting the fuck out of me telling me that like she's not 18. Like, you know, and the reason why I brought it up was because I don't know why people
well,
ship Rouge and Knuckles together when she's like 18 and he's supposed to be like 16 or something like that. And anyways,
what were you saying?
I
What
was
about
like
Knuckles and Rouge?
I was making like a passing comment slash joke about like people shipping Rouge and Knuckles together, and I was like saying like Rouge is 18 and Knuckles is like 16. Like I don't understand why people ship them together. I ship them myself. Like don't get me wrong, and I made a joke about it in a comment section on Instagram, and like I got like so many replies like telling me like I'm stupid for thinking that Rouge is 18. And I'm like, oh my god, like I'm like the Sonic fans, that's how you know like these are young, like you guys are young as fuck. Because she definitely was 18 when she was first introduced. Like she has a job working for the government. You know what I mean? Like what are you talking about? But anyways, I was just trying to
Yeah.
bring up that I can't get over that. The point is Studiopolis cast, they've been doing their shit. I like Kirk Thornton now. I fucking like what's his face? Roger Craig Smith. I didn't hate him, sorry, but I didn't like his voice for Sonic for the longest time. And like I'm just like super like accepting of his voice now. And I'm super accepting of Kirk as Shadow. I like this lady as fucking Rouge. I've always liked
I just,
Knuckles' voice for
I
the
just
modern
wish
era.
she was in. I just wish she was in the bigot.
In real life,
Rouge,
oh god,
yeah, Rouge's voice actor. She's like, I think she's anti-vax, anti-trans. Like
whoa,
she's a Trump supporter. There's
whoa,
been so many people calling for her to like get recasted, but then Sega just doesn't care. Too lazy to find another voice actor, I guess. And I think she sounds like pretty decent here. It's just like
it's just like
knowing the kind of person she is. You'd be like, yeah. But the same thing you could also like apply to Mike Pollock.
yeah, you told me
Um,
about that one last time because you know, like I said, like I'm not even on social media like that. So like whenever I hear these things, I'm
mhm.
just like I get all like nervous and awkward. I'm like, oh no. No, Mikey, Mike.
I think people were trying to or at least someone on Twitter that I saw were like trying to get on Kirk too, because I think in like at the anime convention when they showed the teaser for this, um, he compared like Shadow and Maria being to like an owner and like a dog that just won't stop pumping the owner's leg.
What? What
It's,
the
yeah.
fuck? Okay.
I don't even remember that, bro. But it's like, okay, that is a little odd. But do we really need to go after him for that? Like,
No, I don't think
it's
so. I think it's an interesting little take on that relationship. It's a little bit like it's a little bit mean to Shadow, like to like say that. Like that's so mean. This girl died. Like what the fuck?
I don't even know what if it was like Shadow being the dog or the human. I couldn't even
What the
tell.
fuck?
It could be the
Imagine,
other way around,
yeah,
where it's
imagine
like
the reverse. Like
Maria
Maria's just
Maria
on that. She's just on that.
Maria, Maria is so attached to Shadow, and then Shadow was like, "I like you
I wouldn't
as a
even
person."
I wouldn't
Come
even
on.
judge Kirk Thornton for thinking if like he really did think that like Maria is the one obsessed with Shadow. I wouldn't even judge him for thinking that just because of the way that Shadow's been characterized throughout Kirk's whole time playing Shadow. You know what I mean? They literally said like
Yeah,
not even 3 or 4 years ago that Shadow is not friends with Rouge and Omega, and that he has no friends. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even judge him for thinking that.
yeah. Apparently, he wasn't even told like Shadow was lower until Shadow Generations. Apparently, um,
That's actually insane. Imagine playing somebody the whole time and you don't even know like what happened in his very first game. You know?
yeah. I guess it's not really his job to find that out. Anyways, he's just doing his job.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
but now that you bring up Team Dark, I think I saw, yeah, like very recently on Twitter, I saw that their official character descriptions are like it implies that they're not exactly friends, but they trust each other enough where they won't stop each other from accomplishing their own goals. Like
That's such bullshit. No
Shadow
offense.
Shadow knows he can trust like Rouge and Omega because he knows like they won't try to like stop him, and then Rouge kind of see Shadow as the same way, where it's like um he won't question like what she's doing or like what's her end goal, and then uh I think Omega was like something about just being allowed to like do what he wants and just like cause total destruction like on missions and stuff.
That's such bullshit. Like, I got an apple,
I've
sorry.
always seen them as friends, but yeah, apparently they're kind of more described as like more than business partners.
They're tripping. Like, we obviously see, like, Shadow and Rouge's relationship, like, form and grow throughout the span of, like, 4 games. SA2, Heroes, Shadow a little bit, and then
Mhm.
oh 06. Like, we literally see their relationship grow and progress. We just off of the ending of SA2 alone, like we know that Rouge like cares about Shadow. Like I'm not saying romantically, but you know, she cares. She literally Sonic comes back. She's the first one to speak up. Where's Shadow? You know what I mean? She gets sad as hell. He gives her one of his rings, inhibitor ring, limiter ring, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Bro, I'm not a fan of the new name. Limiter is like too basic.
Yeah, I like
Inhibitor
inhibitor
just
ring.
sounds
Yeah.
so much cooler.
Mm-hmm.
Limiter ring is fine. It's just I prefer the name Inhibitor Ring.
Me too.
Um, but I guess some children don't understand what an inhibitor is or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, we don't want to confuse the
I guess like
kids.
what an yeah, not the children. Uh, and then there's also like an '06 where they're like um where Rouge says to Shadow, like, even if like the whole world is against him,
Exactly.
she'll still be by she'll still be by his side. It's like,
Remember that, Shadow. I will. And then he
I
walks off
will.
like a badass. Oh my god. Shadow's story in '06 is low key
Uh,
fire. Like, I will always say that.
it is. It's like, I think it built up like the main foundation for like his post Shadow like characterization. Cause
Yeah.
like pre Shadow was like all about his past and moving on, and then '06 he finally moves on, or like no, at the end of Shadow he moves on and then he works for Gun, which it's a tiny bit questionable considering what he did. Like I know you moved on, brother, but uh, they still kind of like killed your
They
entire
did
family.
definitely, yeah. Like, they definitely shot the fuck out of your friend, bro. Like,
Yeah. You do you, bro. Um,
I kind
I
of
don't
don't like how they're
remember
trying
like
to, like,
any.
backpedal on it. Like, they're trying to say, like, that he doesn't work for Gun, you know? It's like, dude, like, you guys are the ones that put that in your game. That he's doing Gun's training course. I can still accept, like, the answer that, like, oh, Shadow's not a Gun agent, but he's a Gun, like, he collabs with Gun. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So I can accept that just because, like, we already know, like, for some weird reason, like, the president fucks with Shadow and Sonic for, like, whatever reason. So I could, in White Acropolis in '06, when you run into Rouge, she's like, Shadow, what are you doing here? And then Shadow's like, it was a request from the president. You know what I mean? So in my head canon, like, I like to think that, like, Shadow and the president are friends. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I can accept the
mhm.
answer that, like, he's not like a official Gun agent, but maybe he does favors for Abraham Towers, or maybe he does favors for the president. You know what I mean? So that's the way I look at it. Like, if he's
Yeah.
not an official Gun agent, but like I said, we literally saw in the ending of Shadow's game that he's, you know, training to become an agent of, or a member of Gun or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, Team Dark are friends. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Shadow, if he's not a Gun agent, he's a Gun affiliate. There we go.
Basically, yeah. If not, you can kind of see as like occasional contract work when he feels like it.
Yeah, especially like if it's a, like, I did like they did that interview with Takashi Iizuka recently, and that's when he was trying to say, like, oh no, like, he's not a Gun agent. Like, I feel like he got really, like, nervous for some reason. Like, dude, why you getting nervous, bro?
But sometimes he just needs to make up answers on the spot. That's how the whole moon rotation
Yep,
thing
that's how that shit
came
started.
into.
That's also how the whole Blaze, like, Blaze is from the Soul Dimension. Like, oh no, she's from the future. Like, that also came from, like, some kind of weird ass Izuka interview.
Dude, oh my god, I don't. Maybe it's just because of how much nostalgia I have for Rush, but I really preferred it when Eggman Nega was like an alternate dimension Eggman and not just some Eggman from the future, according to Rivals 2 or Rivals 1. I don't know. I don't really care for the Rivals games. I'll probably get to them eventually, but right now there's like very low priority for me.
I've only played Rivals 1, and that was way back, like, in, like, what? Like, back whenever the fuck that shit was, like, still new. My cousin had it for PSP. So I got to play it, but I never beat it. But I have seen the cutscenes and everything. I saw, like, a playthrough of it as well.
Dude, we should do co-op on it if we ever get around to it.
Do you know if we would be able to? Like, is that something that's possible?
Maybe if it works similarly to how DS emulators do it. Well, I say that because despite the fact that I think we tried doing Colors DS, but the second emulator just like wouldn't like.
Go sit down.
Damn, what's the word?
Go sit down. Jesus.
Cooperate. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like the connection just wouldn't be made for whatever reason.
Uh-huh. Sit
If
down.
not, there's probably an online option built in the emulator.
I think there is for the PSP emulator, but I would have to look into it. But yeah, we should definitely give it a try.
Yeah, eventually. Not anytime soon though, because I'm not in the mood for any
For
rivals.
boring
stuff.
ass Rivals gameplay? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want to play
It
boring
doesn't
Rivals?
that boring.
That's
In
how
my
I
opinion.
remember the experience of playing Sonic Rivals. Boring.
Boring.
Yes.
Damn.
I heard that Rivals 2 is a lot better, but never played it myself, so. It's not like the most boring thing on the planet. I'm not going to act like that, but Rivals 1, I feel like it's still just a little bit on the boring side. I do like that Knuckles can do a homing attack, I'm pretty sure. In the Rivals games. I also like that they chose Knuckles to be like the fourth playable character of that game. Well, in number 2, like they throw everybody in there, but in the first one, I like how they did Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and they're like, who should we do for the fourth character? Let's do Knuckles. You know, I like that. Thanks.
That's a go right there.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for including our freaking underappreciated echidna friend.
Yeah, and then like our favorite iconic duo, Shadow and Metal Sonic, and Silver and SPO.
Oh yeah.
Those are such random combinations, but I think it's cool seeing like all those characters just like being mixed and matched.
Yeah, I also think like specifically Silver and Espio, I think that's a pretty good like pairing. You know what I mean? Like I think like Silver coming back from the
Yeah.
future, or going to the past, links up with this fucking cool ninja dude. Like I don't know, it's kind of cool to me. It's like, yeah, I was in the past and I met a ninja.
Blaze, you gotta hear. Blaze?
Huh.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna press play
I
now.
have no more friends. Yeah.
I'll go back a little bit because this fight scene is epic.
Oh yeah, do you like Roger as Omega here?
No
I like him.
way. That's Roger playing him?
Yeah,
I
he sounded like kind of bad in like the Tails too, but like the new voice filter they're using on him, it's like really good.
I had no clue, bro. I like his voice here. So yeah, good job.
Heard the little sound.
Yeah.
Him sliding in the background.
Well, you're out of luck here.
The more the merrier.
I call it.
Yeah, they got that voice filter correct with Omega.
Now about the spacecraft.
I like this part.
Come to Sonic's
Oh wow, I didn't even realize that that's what she told him at the end of the second episode. So like, yeah, everything now I haven't seen before. I don't know anything about. I haven't like seen any spoilers or nothing like that. So this is all gonna be fresh for me, so hopefully I won't pause. Excuse me, as much. But I didn't even realize that that's what she said. Like, let's go raid a gun base. Like, what? You guys? I was like, you guys are bad guys. Why are you guys raiding a gun base? Like, what's wrong with you? And what's wrong with you, Rouge? Why are you gonna raid your own job? Anyways, I'll press play now.
Yeah, we know this.
Right? Why are you recapping this to Shadow? Oh my god. Fucking Omega.
Love this shot. Also, it's kind of weird that Rouge brings up vendettas, but Shadow's like past that now.
Yeah. He literally told her too, like, he thinks the Black Arms are coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Gunn would have interest in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay. I get what Ian is trying to do. He's just trying to make everybody remember things and make everybody look cool.
Did you see like the little blue flash that the heavy dog did, or whatever it's called?
You're talking about that
His
thing right
attack.
there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the reference there. Sick. See ya.
Come on, guys. You guys are trying to take
Cool.
this spaceship.
Just it's not so whiny. Okay, yeah, now it's bothering me. Why is he yellow in the little room?
I knew I wasn't crazy.
Omega, hurry! You have to take out those guns!
He's just standing there.
Oh shit! I wasn't expecting this one. That's true. That's crazy. I was not expecting that one. I don't know what Shadow has to do up there, but go ahead. Really? I'm pausing. Why the fuck is she calling him Abe? What the fuck's wrong with everybody?
I guess that's a common nickname for Abraham.
But it's like, this guy is like your superior. Like wouldn't you call him like commander or something? Or sir? I don't know. Everybody's calling him Abe.
She might be a fairly high position, to be fair. Considering she's a spy.
That's true. He literally just announced his whole name.
Oh, he can't just say Abraham.
Right. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
But Shadow needed some help saving the world.
That's the case. Despite all that's passed between us, he saved the world from Black Doom. He should have known I would have supported him if he asked.
Right. What the fuck? It's just like I said. I thought him and the president were homies.
Not really.
Maria? Is that who they're talking about?
Yep.
What the hell? Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. There's Ian with the melodrama.
I think this one's handled well though. Like you can see him getting a bit of anxiety there.
Well, I've always also I should yeah, I'm being a little bit hard on it. I've also been one of those people that have always said like there's no way that like Shadow's just over what happened with Maria. Like I've never like
Yeah, he's never gonna completely forget because
Yeah.
trauma is not that simple.
yeah. I just I just thought this shot right here was a little bit funny. This one. It's like this is how people think Shadow is like every day. Like
Emo boy.
yeah, like oh I'm just so sad about everything. All the goddamn time. But yeah. I just like to think that Shadow is just a little bit more than like his past, you know what I mean? Like in SA2, like you like will wait, I don't know when he says it, I forget. I don't know if it's in Heroes or SA2, but he's like, I'm the coolest. You know what I mean? Like there's more to Shadow than his past. Like Shadow like thinks very highly of himself. Like he literally thinks he's like the ultimate and the coolest, and you know, like I just feel like somebody who like thinks that they're super cool like that, like wouldn't think that like being sad and angry all the time is also like just cool as fuck. You know what I mean? Like maybe being sad and angry sometimes is cool, but not all the goddamn time. So that's what I'm just saying. Like I feel like Ian's just being a little bit, he's bringing a little bit of the melodrama here. But I do like the little the flashes to like what could have been. Like I do feel like that's something that Shadow would think about from time to time, especially if he, you know, he's having these goddamn flashbacks about the Ark and Black Doom and everything. So it's appropriate here. I'm being a little bit rough on it, you know.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Like that's the saddest thing I've ever thought about, like in a while. Like, what if Shadow and Maria actually were spending a day on Earth, and you know they hang out in the flowers, in the grass. You know what I mean? That's sad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. He also brings up that the life was taken from him, but he doesn't acknowledge that it's like Gunn's fault. Like a little bit peculiar.
Yeah, but like, look how tiny the arc is right there. You're telling me that little laser blew out all that?
It is backed by the Chaos Emeralds. Like that's the only excuse that like it really has.
Yeah, I thought about that justification, and it makes sense. It's just like,
Yeah.
really, it looked like a humongous laser.
Yeah, and you gotta remember, like before they fired the laser, the Ark was like in that like weird like meteor state, you know. Do you remember like before the Ark opened up and everything? Like it was like a big ball, and then like the bottom half like cracked and broke open when the Eclipse cannon like opened up. I don't know like what is up with that. Like I've never even mentioned that out loud before right now. But you know,
I think someone interpret. Oh wait, this is the bonus scene.
okay. Oh yeah, I heard that this whole version like has a little bit more.
This is all there is though.
Oh well. Okay, so I guess Black Doom is on the Ark somewhere.
But bro, they implied he died for like all this time, and then it's not even like the time he was doing. I mean, unless the time meter started doing something before sucking everyone into the portals.
It could be a case of what? Oh man, this is the part that I like, where like I just start thinking of all these random ass theories. It's like, what if the whole reason Eggman encountered the Time Eater was because of like whatever Black Doom is doing? Like maybe the Time Eater's with Black Doom, or maybe he's under Black Doom's control first, and then Eggman comes into contact with him. A little bit out there theory, but you know.
Mm, I don't think everything needs to be connected. I kind of just like the idea of the time meter just being a random entity.
That's also like at play at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Also, I was gonna mention this earlier, but when they were, what's it called? Uh, when Rouge put in like the little card or whatever to display the information, it showed the time meter.
Uh huh.
Um, and at first I was kind of bothered by it. It was like, didn't Eggman just like get sent towards the time meter by Orbot and Cubot, and then like that's it? Um, but then people were like pointing it out on Twitter, like Eggman needed to do preparation because he would need to figure out how it works, and then he'd also have to go back in time, get his past self to help him out. Um, so it makes sense that he didn't just like uh
Like jump
just like
straight into
get,
it.
yeah, like he didn't just immediately take control. He like needed to like do some research into it
Uh
before he
huh.
was like, okay, yes, now time to set my plan into motion, get my past self. Now that I know what this thing does,
Uh
and then here's my ultimate plan.
huh. Yeah, that makes
Maybe I should
sense.
go and get my teaching degree.
Oh God. I always like telling people what to do. Yeah, what's it called? That does make way more sense than him just like going with the time eater and then instantly, yeah, like attacking Sonic's birthday. Like, yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Mhm.
So that throws my theory out the window as well about like, oh, maybe the time eater's there because of Black Doom. Oh well, though it's just fun to make theories. It's fun to think, especially about Sonic stuff.